All right, everybody, welcome back to Better Call Paul. Today we're going to talk about all the different kinds of deeds that you may run into in a transaction. So, Paul, take it away. Tell us about the different kinds of deeds that they might run into, what they need to know, and anything important that you think they got to chat about.
Sure. So there are a bunch of different types of deeds. There's a general warranty deed that promises that you'll defend title against any person whomsoever. There's a special warranty deed that promises that you'll defend title for those matters during your ownership only. There's a quitclaim deed that just transfers whatever interest you own to somebody else, but doesn't guarantee that you owned it or guarantee that you had any specific interest in the property. Then there's a personal representative's deed when somebody's passed away and a probate is opened and an estate is selling the property. There's also a trustee's deed. So if the property is held in trust, then the trustee can transfer out that property. There are tax deeds, which is when the state sells a property that's being transferred for back taxes. There are foreclosure deeds when the court is selling a property that's subject to a foreclosure sale. There's a sheriff's deed when the sheriff has foreclosed on property and is selling it off. So there's a whole bunch of different deeds, all serving different purposes. We always say the same thing. If you have a question, reach out to us. Don't guess at what deed you need. And hopefully if you're using Performance or Trident or Synergy, you won't have to worry about that. We'll pick the right deed.
So what are the most common ones? Some of those I know people never see or ever really hear at all. Warranty, quitclaim are the ones that, we're kind of hearing pretty much regularly. Are those the two that you're seeing the most, or what comes up, 90% of the time?
Yeah, 90% of the time it's a warranty deed, and the other 10%, we use those deeds for other purposes.
So basically, a normal sale, right? A pretty vanilla sale. A seller is going to sell. They've been in the house for a while. There's no issues. They just decide, hey, I want to move today. We're going to sell. What kind of deed gets used?
Yeah, warranty deed. It's also called a statutory warranty deed, but it's the same thing. Warranty deed.
Nice and easy. Is there anything as an agent that you see coming up that they have to be aware of? Is this something on the listing appointment they have to talk about, or that they have to ask about, that they have to talk to title about, or is this just kind of a, if it comes up, reach out for help kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter. If it comes up and there's something in a contract that says we'll only transfer via quitclaim deed, that's a red flag for you to know that this property's been acquired likely by foreclosure or tax deed, and the seller doesn't want to make any representations and they're just dumping it for whatever they can get. And most of the time you can at least convince those people to sign a special warranty deed, but all the more reason to focus in and make somebody hire a buyer representation attorney to make sure that you're not going to get sued when they find out that they don't own the property they just bought.
And when these things come up like that, is that something that your Clear to Sell program can solve if agents have an issue, or if they're working with investors maybe and these issues come up?
Just if it's a tax deed sale. If it's not a tax deed sale, then no. We can't do anything post-closing for them other than to file a quiet title action and try to figure out who else owns a piece of this and try to vacate their interest. Yeah.
Got you. Makes sense. Anybody, any questions for Paul? He just hit all the kinds of deeds there with a nice little explanation. Anybody, any questions, or Paul, anything you think they should know or pay attention to besides really just, when it comes up, to make sure that they reach out? Nina said yes, question in the chat. Nina, just unmute yourself and jump on and ask the question.
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Yeah,
How are
yeah,
you?
we can hear.
So question
Good.
for you. So what about a home that is currently in probate and the person who passed away has family members that are in another country? Does that play any role with the system that we have in the States? Do you need documentation from them from the other country?
Sure. Yeah, so if it's a homestead property and it's in probate, the personal representative is going to sign a personal representative's deed to get rid of any interest they own in the property. But the reality is that property transferred upon passing to the children automatically because it was homestead. So in absence of, waiver of homestead in the will and in a prior deed, you're going to have deeds from those kids. They're the owner, not the estate, basically.
Okay, so, and if in the event that they don't have any children, but they have living family members, but they are not, and they're in another country and they're not in the capacity to even like, they're just at the, let's say they have like dementia and they can't come in the country for health reasons, how would one, it would still be the same process?
Yeah, it's even worse, actually. You'd have to open up, if there's children who are out of the country and they can't travel here, you'd either have to get them to the American embassy in that country and have them sign. If they're not capable of signing because they have mental infirmity, then you'd have to have them declared incompetent in whatever country it is, appoint a guardian in that country, have that guardian approved in the probate, and then have the guardian sign the documents.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, people always throw that kind of stuff out because they're lazy and they don't want to go to the American embassy. And they say, oh, no, mom's got dementia. She can't sign anything. Oh, now we have a bigger problem. Now we have to have a guardianship. So if you could get mom to raise her hand and sign a document, best thing for you.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure.
Cool. Anybody else, any questions? If so, unmute yourself and come on. I'll give you 10 seconds
Yeah.
here.
I had a quick
Go
one
ahead.
for you, Paul. Yeah, it's Mark. I was wondering on quick claim deeds, you mentioned how, you kind of use the word people dump it or want to get their interest out of it. For example, a divorce or something. How would, if there were liens on the property, is there any chance the title search would miss something or one person's like let out of the culpability of the lien?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big risk with a quitclaim deed is the only thing you're looking for is title insurance at that point. The seller's told you, I'm not giving you a nickel if I've got problems with the title. So now it's even more important to look at the title insurance. And that's why I always say, hire somebody like myself to go through it and make sure that the title insurance company is still going to insure, even though it's a quitclaim deed, and make sure that they're eliminating the B2 exceptions that talk about liens. So even if there is one, if the title company missed it, they're still going to have to pay you and then pay off the lien.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Is there any difference why people throw different amounts, like $10 or $100 or $1,000 when you look at it?
Yeah, $10 was the fictional consideration for many, many years. Some attorneys type in the full amount that's being paid. I think my deed just reads, for good and valuable consideration. It doesn't say the $10.
Okay.
I think I got sick of
Anybody
that. I think I got sick of people asking me, why is it $10? So I finally just took it out. Yeah.
Right.
So we just switched it up.
It's funny. I've never seen that. Like on there's a property appraiser, they don't write that out there for you on the
Yeah.
sale, the transfer of the sale.
Yep.
They just write an amount in there, you know, if you don't put $100 or $1,000 or something.
Sure.
Anybody else, any questions on the kinds of deeds?
I have another
So-
question.
Go ahead.
All right, so, is it an easy process for one to go, let's say they, two separate parties own a property and they want to change the type of deed that they have into one of rights of survivorship? Is that like is it like any, like getting a quick claim deed, is it like a very easy process to go, or is it something that's different, or vice versa, even undoing it? Because there's some people where they have an interest in a property and they have a partner and they want to make sure that, you know, they inherit that and not the partner's family, because obviously business wise, you don't want someone taking off your
Sure.
credit.
The answer is it's easy to do. The tougher thing is making sure they understand what they're doing and doing it correctly. And that's where, you know, we offer discounts for agents that are working with our title companies, to make sure that we understand what they want, we do it right. And I get so many agents who help other people fill out quitclaim deeds. It's a huge mistake. It's a huge liability. Don't do it. Send them to us, or tell them you can't help them, they need to hire an attorney. But yeah, that's some real liability there, and leave that to us.
God, thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else, anything before we sign off? Any other questions about deeds? Going once? Going twice? All
Thanks
right,
a
Paul,
lot.
thank
Paul.
you. I know you're out of town. I know you're out of town for a little bit, so enjoy, and I will get with you for schedule for when you get back. See you soon.
Yep, look forward to it. Thanks. See you,
Thanks,
everybody.
Paul.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.